My name is Jeremy Vaines and I'm the chair at Black Country Healthcare NHS Foundation Trust. Well, I think we've got a group of quite bright non-executives and executive directors, and I first became aware of APNA probably about a year, 18 months ago, because they produced some interesting brochures and thought pieces, but then they seem to get more practical in terms of helping, I think, advising boards who are having difficulty finding and appointing applicants from a properly diverse cultural base to get things right. And it seems every time I hear about APNA, they've advanced again. They're doing something else. So it seems to be a force for good, and people talk about it. I have conversations with people, and they mention APNA as a genuine thing. They're not selling it. They're actually proud and thankful for it. So I think it's a great asset to governance in the NHS. I think we've ended up, haven't we, in a society where people are polarised, isolated, sometimes frightened. There's a lack of cultural familiarity, ease. We've ended up with a polka dot country, in my view, where some of our urban cities are super diverse and culturally settled and progressive, and then you go a few miles away and it's almost like we're back in the 1950s. People can't find comfort, they don't feel psychologically safe, they've got issues that it seems to me some of the urban areas overcame 30-40 years ago in terms of cultural bias in education and service provision and other things. So I think these discussions are vital to make sure that we as a country continue to be, if you like, one country, one culture, and that is progressive and diverse rather than pockets of difference, which I think can only be unhealthy. Well, I think it's really helpful because when people ask me questions, people often say to me, I've always worked in very diverse areas, my family is diverse and everything else. People can often come to me and say, Jeremy, what do we do next? How did you start this and everything else? And I to be honest, I have very little idea what to say. You either know what's going on and get on with it, or you kind of don't. But therefore, to me, it's really helpful to have organisations like APNA and several others, self-organised, authentic organisations who can provide materials, support, coaching, mentoring, good examples and bad examples of how not to do things and how to do things. And I think I'm aware of the police and the fire service and other public services who've come a long way, in my opinion, compared to where they were when I was young. And I just think APNA is just another one of those wonderfully helpful tools.